Hi, I'm Joseph Mannheim, President and founder of the DVRC. I wanted to take this opportunity at the end of 2018 to thank all of our agents and our investors for the continued support and success that you, with us, have achieved so far. We have raised over $500 million and have lent that money to the Pennsylvania Turnpike and SEPTA across Pennsylvania Turnpike 1, where we gave $200 million of financing, SEPTA 2, where to date we have delivered $223 million of financing, and just last week we closed our second tranche for PTC 2 of $45 million, bringing our total loans outstanding to those borrowers of $518 million. Pennsylvania Turnpike 2 has $95 million as it stands today. The team at the DVRC is composed of myself and 3 other senior executives who have extensive experience in financial services, investment management, compliance, and law. In addition to the executive team, we have 3 senior associates who speak Mandarin, and we have 3 analysts who speak Vietnamese, Korean, and Russian. In addition to the entire staff of the DVRC, we are supported by a large network of leading immigration attorneys, securities attorneys, as well as we are involved and understand the intricacies of EB-5 legislation and immigration law as a whole. In 2018, the DVRC has made 3 different loans. We delivered a $50 million initial loan tranche to Pennsylvania Turnpike in PTC 2. We followed that up with an additional $33 million for SEPTA in September of this year. And last week, we closed the second tranche for PTC 2 of $45 million. The total funds now that have been lent to all of our borrowers is $518 million. And we are very excited about the future. As of this week, the 3 vehicles whereby we invest and lend are EB-5 funds, PTC 1, SEPTA 2, and PTC 2. Those vehicles have the following statistics. In PTC 1, we have 400 investors, of which we have received 396 I-526 approvals. And just this past quarter, we started our first I-829 approval process for one of the early investors. In SEPTA 2, we have 465 investors invested, and we have 387 I-526 approvals. We have yet to do an I-829 for SEPTA 2, but we expect that within the next 12 to 18 months, we will be beginning that process. And for PTC 2, we have 197 investors who have invested, and we have 62 who've received their I-526 approval. We estimate that our average processing time, which is an average, and there are, of course, people have different circumstances, but our average processing time for an I-526 approval is between 10 to 12 months. And in closing, I would really like to thank all of our stakeholders, investors and agents, for the continued support and faith that you have put in the DVRC in achieving your immigration goals. Thank you.
The Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission is a Pennsylvania government agency founded in 1937 to oversee all the toll roads in Pennsylvania. It is a state agency that owns and operates all the toll roads in Pennsylvania, including the Pennsylvania Turnpike. PTC is also the most active municipal bond issuer in Pennsylvania and oversees the second largest toll road in the United States. DVRC partnered with PTC and launched its first EB-5 program in 2014 and raised $200 million in EB-5 funding for a high-profile highway construction project that connects Pennsylvania Turnpike and Interstate 95. With the full assistance of PTC and a committed team, DVRC was able to fully subscribe the 400 investors needed for the project in only 10 months. We are proud to announce that on September 21, 2018, the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission celebrated the opening of the Pennsylvania Turnpike I-95 interchange. The interchange, which was open to traffic on September 24th, will finally complete I-95's missing link, making the interstate continuous from Florida to Maine. The completion of the Pennsylvania Turnpike does not only provide motorists with a much improved driving experience, but also makes a social-economic impact for the community by supporting thousands of new jobs. As of the end of September 2018, approximately $427.46 million had been spent on construction. So far, 396 of our Pennsylvania Turnpike I-95 Interchange Project EB5 investors have received their I-526 approvals from the USCIS, with remaining investors pending adjudication. Also, 4 of our investors have filed or are getting ready to file their I-829. Focused on contributing to the infrastructure development of the community, DVRC partnered with the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, SEPTA, for our second EB5 project, which is still open to subscribers. SEPTA, the 6th largest public transit agency in the nation, is an agency and instrumentality of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and is the primary provider of public transit service in southeastern Pennsylvania. In 2012, SEPTA entered into the largest and most successful EB5 project at the time, raising $175 million in EB5 financing with 100% investor approvals. The SEPTA's Rebuilding for the Future program is comprised of $809 million in capital improvements, of which DVRC will raise up to $300 million in EB5 financing. The project is comprised of the development, construction, and purchase of an integrated system of machinery and equipment to improve and update SEPTA's public transportation system while creating over 8,400 new jobs for the local economy. Specifically, the work to be performed includes rehabilitation of City Hall and 15 street stations, Elwyn Wawa rail service restoration, substation design equipment program, Fraser Yard expansion, and the acquisition of new locomotives and multi-level rail cars. The project mission is to deliver safe, reliable, sustainable, accessible, and customer-focused public transit service, contributing to the region's economic vitality, sustainability, and enhanced quality of life.
Hello, my name is Pat Dion, and I'm chairman of the SEPTA board. SEPTA's Rebuilding for the Future projects are part of an innovative financing structure that combines critical U.S. infrastructure improvement projects and high-quality overseas immigrant investors. I want to commend the DVRC for its effort in raising up to $300 million. Please keep up the great work.
Hello, my name is Jeff Kneppel. I have been General Manager of the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority, or SEPTA, since 2015. SEPTA is very excited about the work that is being completed under the Rebuilding for the Future program. The $300 million in EB5 financing for these projects provide much needed capital and will result in significant savings for SEPTA and for local taxpayers. The remaining costs for construction and equipment not being funded by the EB5 investors will be paid for by federal, state, and local funding agencies. We have made significant progress in advancing the projects that are being funded by EB5 investors. For example, we recently took delivery on 15 new electric locomotives that will be used to provide service to thousands of daily SEPTA Regional Rail customers. The rehabilitation of SEPTA's 15th Street and City Hall stations, a vital transportation link under the historic Philadelphia City Hall, is being completed in 3 phases due to the complexity of the construction. The first phase is in construction and is 75% complete, and the design work on phase 2 is 80% complete. The final phase, which includes the construction of a new City Hall station, is now 30% designed. The Fraser Shop and Yard expansion, a $140 million project necessary for the new locomotives and rail cars, is being advanced in concurrent phases. Phases 1 and 2 are now substantially complete, and Phase 3 is 30% designed. The restoration of regional rail service to Wawa is now under construction, and the design of the companion station and parking garage is expected to be completed in December of this year. The reconstruction of 16 power substations and construction of one brand new substation is now underway. A construction contract for 3 substations was awarded in April 2018, and additional contracts will be awarded in January. I want to commend the DVRC for its effort in raising up to $300 million and its EB5 investors for helping SEPTA to meet its growing demand for public transportation while helping the economy by creating over 8,400 local jobs. On behalf of SEPTA, I would like to express our sincerest gratitude to you, our investors, and assure you that we will continue to develop and build projects that demonstrate the value and importance of EB5 investments. Thank you.
Continuing with the success of the first project and the cooperative partnership with the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission, the DVRC partnered with the PTC a second time and launched the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission Highway Infrastructure Project in 2016, which is still open to subscribers. The PTC Highway Infrastructure Project involves spending approximately $1.75 billion to design and reconstruct 130 miles of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, the nation's second largest toll road, of which DVRC will raise up to $800 million in EB5 financing. This much-needed project will provide motorists with a much improved driving experience across the entire state of Pennsylvania, boosting travel efficiency while having a substantial economic impact on the local community by creating over 23,000 new permanent full-time jobs. The entire initiative, once completed, will improve safety and provide a more efficient flow of traffic for turnpike travelers. Full-depth reconstruction involves removing all original pavement and subbase and replacing it with an entirely new roadway. The existing 4-lane highway will be replaced with a 6-lane highway that has full 12-foot wide shoulders to the left and right of the travel lanes. All other facets of the highway will also be replaced, including lighting, barriers, guide rail, noise barriers, retention walls, and drainage systems.
Hello, I'm Mark Compton, Chief Executive Officer of the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission. I'd like to commend the DVRC for being an active funding partner and for helping the PA Turnpike to maximize our resources by lowering our borrowing costs. With DVRC's work to raise $200 million for our first EB5 project, we were able to finish Stage 1 of the 95 connection, which opened to traffic on September 24th. This was a very critical $400 million project, completing the famous missing link, making I-95 the longest north-south interstate in the U.S., continuous now from Florida to Maine. Today, in partnership with DVRC, we're excited to announce our second EB5 project in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. This project, known as PTC2, will focus on the total reconstruction of our historic toll highway, parts of which turned 78 years old on October 1st. This infrastructure project includes replacement of every component of our highway from the ground up, along with widening of our roadway from 4 to 6 lanes. DVRC will raise up to $800 million in EB5 funding for this $1.75 billion initiative to improve the safety and mobility of our 550-mile system. Once again, on behalf of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, I commend the DVRC for being an essential partner. I also want to thank you, our EB5 investors, for helping us to provide a safer, smoother travel experience while boosting Pennsylvania's economy. Thank you.
Thank you for your support.